Alright, so let's get started on number 24. Our goal here is to find the terminal point. Again, that terminal point is what is the xy value on the unit circle. So they're going to give us a t value. Remember, t is kind of how far we go on the unit circle. If the t value that they give us is negative, you start and you start at on the x-axis and you move counterclockwise. If it's positive, you move clockwise. So this is negative, so we're moving counterclockwise. So right there, I just went negative pi, and then I went another negative pi, so now I've gone negative 2 pi, and now I've gone a full negative 3 pi, right? Because every one of these things is pi amount. So you go around 3 times, and you get to that little red spot right there, and well, what is that point? Well, that one's pretty easy. It's on the x-axis. That's negative 1, 0. Okay. So in this case, we're going to go negative pi over 6, right? So we know that if we go negative pi over 6, we're going counterclockwise, right? And so we go negative pi over 6 and we say, okay, well, what is the terminal point there? Well, all we have to do is look on our unit circle and see what are the xy values. And we look and we see that we get radical 3 over 2 and negative 1/2. So it's fairly straightforward. We take that t value, we go however far that we need to in whichever direction, depending negative or positive, and then from there we just see what that coordinate is, what the xy value is, and that is our terminal point. Okay, so we'll do a few more of these here. So I did number 24 and number 27 there. We'll go ahead and do number 30. So for number 30, we go ahead and we go pi, and then from there we have to go another third. Okay? So we look on our unit circle, well, where is 4 pi over 3? Well, that pops us out right at the coordinates negative 1/2, negative radical 3 over 2, and etc. So we're basically doing that exact same thing all the way through number 36. So you have to do number 33 and 36 by yourself using this exact same process, okay? Pretty straightforward. Number 33 is negative, so don't forget to go counterclockwise. And number 36 is positive, and again, these things are all kind of visible on that unit circle, okay? Alright, so we'll jump into number 39 here. Alright, so 39 has a couple different parts. Now, a reference number, remember the t value is how far you go, right? Well, the reference number is how far from the nearest x-axis that you are, okay? So if t is 5 pi over 7, we go that 5 pi over 7 listed in blue. And then r would be the remainder of that, whatever is the rest of the distance to the x-axis. So if this whole thing, and I'm going to do that kind of in gold here, if this whole thing is worth pi, then all we have to do is take pi minus our t value, and that'll give you our reference number, how far we are from the x-axis here, okay? So for b, let's see, b we have a negative value, okay? So we go t equals, right, we go negative 7 pi over, what is it, 7 pi over 9? So we go negative 7 pi over 9, and then we have to figure out what is this remainder little part. That's going to be our reference number, okay? So if this whole thing is pi, and we went 7 pi over 9 to get to right here, then we take pi and subtract that to find this last little piece right in there, okay? So pi minus 7 pi over 9 equals 2 pi over 9. Okay, so reference number is just the extra little bit that you need to go to get back all the way to the x-axis. So you want to draw whatever your t-value is, and then figure out what you're going to need to do to solve for r. Sometimes you'll just take pi minus that t-value because, well, that's what represents what r would be, right? I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do c here. So c is minus 3, okay? Well, pi is like 3.14, right? So if we went minus pi, we'd go all the way, and let me use a different color, we'd go all the way, if it was minus pi, it would be all the way over there. But since 3 is just a little bit less than pi, we're going to go minus 3, and then that red area is going to be the remainder, which is our reference number. So we do pi minus 3 will give us that. So for the next one, we have t equals 5, so we go all the way around. Now 5 is, remember, this whole thing is 2 pi, right? So if this whole thing is 2 pi, 2 pi is close to like 6, right? Because pi is 3.14, so 2 of that is like 6.28. Okay, so 5 is somewhere right in here, okay? So we go around 5, and then we have to see, you know, what is this r? What is that remainder? Well, we went a whole distance of 2 pi, and we want to know that little bit left, so all we have to do is say 2 pi minus 5, and that gives us that remaining part there, okay? So that's pretty straightforward for all of those reference number problems, okay?